Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are checking out Alfred Hitchcock's Rear Window, and the reason I am checking this movie out today is because I really enjoyed Rope. I watched Rope on my channel I think a week and a bit ago. I think I released it onto YouTube and I really enjoyed watching that movie. I was going to save a lot of Alfred Hitchcock movies for later on in the year after Halloween sort of deal so I could kind of just watch a bunch of them. But I was kind of like, I just want to watch one more before I get into a lot of my Halloween movies in October, because as you all know, October is spooky season, so I'll be doing a lot of Halloween movies in October. So I won't be able to get around to any Alfred Hitchcock movies, but I've really wanted to watch a Rear Window for a long time. I've heard it's really good. I'm pretty sure it only takes place in one room with one guy. I'm pretty sure he's like a reporter or something and he's injured, and so he's just kind of watching his neighborhood from the window and events unfold, and I've heard that the writing is amazing. So I'm very, very excited. I think, to be honest with you, that watching Rope was, I think, my first Alfred Hitchcock movie. I know it's weird. I know that I love film and it's weird that I've never seen an Alfred Hitchcock movie before, but I think that's just how it happens. I think I've always wanted to watch them and I've just never watched them. So I was really just enthralled by Rope, by the writing and by the directing. It just felt like a master was at the helm of the movie. And Rope was a very simple movie, but a very intriguing movie with a lot of depth, actually, if you look into it. So I'm very much hoping that Rear Window can be something like Rope or even more so, in terms of have a lot of really cool depth to the characters and really cool visuals and camera movements and just very like creative with how they do everything, which I'm sure it will be. But yeah, that is what I'm most looking forward to about this movie. Anyways, before we get into this movie, I'm going to do the lighting. So let me turn on my light and then we can decide what color it should be. Boop! Nice, 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 nice. Okay, the lighting today, I'm not really too sure what the lighting is going to be. I know that the man uses a really big camera in the movie so he can like see everyone. I'm pretty sure that's what he uses. I don't know. I don't think it's binoculars. I think he uses a camera, especially if he's a reporter. That would make a lot of sense. But I don't know what really color I should do. I think I'm just going to go blue because he's kind of looking out, looking at the sky, looking at the ground, looking at the buildings, looking at the people. And I feel like blue is just going to kind of capture the scenes very well. Also, the poster is blue. The poster literally says an Alfred Hitchcock masterpiece, which makes me very excited. Although I think a lot of people, just anything that Alfred Hitchcock does or made, people just say that's a masterpiece. So I take that with a grain of salt. But Rope, in my opinion, was definitely a masterpiece. So I'm very excited to see what Rear Window has in store. Let's dive on into this movie. Before we do though, I just wanted to let you know that I had some really spicy food right before this. My roommate made some fried rice and he put a lot of spice in it and I was not prepared. So if I'm like a little bit wheezy or coughing a little bit during this reaction, it's because my throat is on fire. Okay. Oh, there it is. If I'm laughing, I can start to feel it a little bit. It's gone down. I had it like half an hour ago, but there's still like something in my throat where I can feel like the spice that used to be there. Anyways, let's get into this reaction. I hope you enjoy my reaction to Rear Window. Rear Window. I wonder how much music's going to be, because I remember watching Rope, no music at all. Immersed me immensely into the scene, and I wonder if there will be a lot of music in this movie or there won't be. I think this is going to be so interesting, how they're going to have to play with people talking in and out of windows and on balconies and stuff, because the guy can't leave his room, right? So you're not going to be able to go in there. Oh, it's going to be so cool. This is a cool set already.
You have that listless feeling.
Why does this man sleep on the balcony? What the heck? How is everyone just so open to having their windows open? Like what? Don't they know that everyone can see them? I would just close my blinds instantly. Okay, yeah, so he broke his leg and he's in a wheelchair. Oh, was he not a reporter? Oh, he is a reporter. Yeah, he is. He's been taking all these pictures, okay. That's kind of scary though. This guy was in Rope, I think. I think he was. Yeah, he was.
Half hour?
With that cast on? You don't.
Oh, stop.
Oh, you don't leave.
I get myself half killed for you, and you reward me by stealing my assignments.
A bad upstairs roommate.
Drastic.
Like what?
Like what? I'm going to get married, and then I'll never be able to go anywhere.
Discuss.
That's so. Well, maybe in the high rent district.
You
they
think that
discuss
he's
in
kind
my
of
neighborhood.
figured out everyone's routines, even just unconsciously, because that's kind of what he does?
I said good morning.
Is that a bottle of drink on her necklace? What is that? Secret love affair, maybe? Maybe?
Get outside their own house and look in for a change. Yes, sir. And
That was a
bit of
good
homespun
line.
philosophy.
That was a good line. What the heck?
Market crash in 29. I predicted that.
Oh, you're hard.
The Great Depression? Is that what she's talking about?
See things you shouldn't see? Trouble.
I feel like he's gonna see a lot of things he shouldn't be seeing.
Yeah, right now, I'd welcome trouble, you know.
You got a hormone deficiency.
How can you...
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't push your luck, mate.
For a bum who never has more than a week's salary in the bank, if she was only ordinary.
Seems like you're doing pretty well with your life. It looks like you have a pretty nice apartment.
Intelligence. Nothing has caused the human race so much trouble as intelligence.
This lady is literally the wisest person in the world. She is god tier.
Della, now, would you fix me a sandwich, please?
Yes, I will. And I'll spread a little common sense on the bread.
Ah, yes, do it. I wonder what the trouble is going to be. Do you think there'll be a death in the family? Aw, new homeowners, maybe? Yeah, nice. Good for them. Aww. Aww. That's so cute, actually. What the heck? Oh my god. Ad break. Does he do nothing but sit at the window all day? Oh, this is his love. This is his love.
Anything else bothering you?
Mm-hmm. Who are you?
Who are you?
Profit markup.
A steal at $1,100.
1,100.
1,100?
They ought to list that dress.
Jeez, that's expensive now.
Ah, better than that. 21.
Oh, she came very prepared.
Yeah, I want to get this thing off and get moving.
But I'm going to make this a week you'll never forget.
Oh, she's staying with him for the week? Okay. Okay.
Oh, you.
Look at the people dancing in the
Think I
background.
planted 3
Oh, it's so
nice
good.
items in the column.
Or someone was helping her get changed or something.
And, how would I run it from, say, Pakistan?
I'm watching the background because it's framed so. Okay, never mind.
Let's stop talking nonsense, shall we?
That's not what he wants to do. He wants to be all rugged army boot, taking pictures of real things, you know, intense things. How come no one closed their windows? That is my biggest issue with this movie. How come no one closes the windows? Everyone I know closes their windows. Maybe it was just the thing that no one did. Is she pretending to have a guest over? Oh, that's actually really sad. Oh. And then they take the drink and the song comes to an end sort of thing. Oh, so good. Oh, oh. This is actually so sad, what the heck. Dude, I love how observant both of them are. Oh, he put a flower on it for her. I'm finding myself like leaning into it, like I'm trying to get closer to the window. It's very interesting. Okay, you know what? If you decide to stab her because she threw you a flower, I'm okay with that. It's just saying. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. That guy kind of looks like Alfred Hitchcock turning the clock.
Oh, it's enchanting.
I love how he tried to drop that. They had a very unhappy marriage. He said that a little louder just so she would hear.
A true statement, but I can back it up if you just shut up for a minute.
That was so rude.
Should be born, live, and die on the same spot.
Shut up! Freeze to death.
Well, if there's one thing I know, it's how to wear the proper clothes.
Yeah.
It's true. I bet she does. I bet she has the best clothes for every occasion.
Sound good. You just have to face it, Lisa. You're not meant for that kind of a life.
She could be. You haven't given her the chance yet.
Just to take out a subscription to your magazine. I guess I'm not the girl I thought I was.
That was a good line too. That was a good line. I don't know why I like that one so much. We're probably like, I don't know, 25 minutes into this movie. Maybe even a little bit longer. And nothing of note has happened out of the side of the window yet. And I expected that to be first priority. But he, like Alfred Hitchcock / the screenwriter for this movie, have really taken their time to set up these characters. Like, even the residents have their own personalities in a way and their own stories now, which is really interesting. Oh, there it is. There it is, baby. There it is. Oh, now you're waking everyone up. Oh, this is why you don't sleep outside, my guys. Oh, he's moving out for good, maybe? Or is he going to see a secret lover or something? Interesting. See, look, they have their blinds closed now. I guess it's just a thing where you don't close your blinds till you're going to sleep. Where's he going again? What the heck is this man's business at like 2:30 in the morning? I feel like all these scenes are really important, and the end of the movie is going to justify them. Like, I feel like I'm gonna watch this movie again one day, and that guy's gonna be walking out, and I'll be like, oh my god, that's why he's walking away. You know, stuff like that. Is that his wife? What is happening with these guys? Okay, this must be important. This has to be important. There's no way they just showed that guy walking and coming back like 8 times. No, like 3 times. And then the 3rd time leaving with his wife, I think. Or someone, but I think it was his wife. Without it being important.
Him and his wife splitting up?
I just can't figure it. He went out several times last...
Yeah, he did. He did.
Well, what would he be selling at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
Flashlights.
His wiener.
Something out of the apartment.
Uh-huh.
Drugs.
His personal...
Body parts. I don't know. Maybe he killed someone in his apartment. Maybe he's a serial killer. I don't know what he's doing. Why is it so dark in there?
See it.
I'm not shy. I've been looked at before.
It's no ordinary look.
This is like a making sure no one's watching him look sort of deal. What's he looking? He's looking at the garden. The dog is sniffing at the garden. Is there something in the garden? Is there a body in the garden?
Goodbye, Mr. Jeffrey. See you tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
I think someone is dead, and I think someone is dead in the garden. But who did it? Is it him?
Bring him here, will you?
It's either
I can
he buried something in the garden. He did, or someone else did, or something happened. I'm confused. But I think there's a body in the garden. That is my guess. You look really weird with your binoculars. I'm sorry, my guy. And where's his wife, huh? In the garden. That's my guess. Dude, these camera shots, I haven't even talked about them yet, but these camera shots are amazing. There's a lot of long takes without you realizing that they're long takes. So immersive. Alfred Hitchcock is so good at just these shots, these camera shots. Butchers, knives, murder weapons. I swear, I think he killed his wife. I think he killed his wife and buried her in the garden. Just look how relaxed he is. And where is she? I know the lights are off. And where is she? The knives. I thought he was gonna find it for a second. I was gonna be so happy. I love the shots when the camera just floats around showing everyone's like what they're doing and what they're like kind of going through in the day. I don't know, it just makes me feel very peaceful. I can't explain it.
Back 3 times.
Body parts. 3 words. 3 words, 3 times going out. Body parts. Killed his wife, put her into a suitcase, 3 different trips, buried her in the garden. Oh, even though he didn't go towards the garden, so that's my only fault in this plan. So maybe he didn't do that. Also, look at this lighting. Look at how they're lighting him, and look at how they're lighting her. Like, look at how they're lighting her hair, like this soft light, making her hair look almost glowy. Like there's Vaseline on it, the lens just where her hair is or something.
Just how would you start to cut up a human body?
This is what I'm saying.
Sitting around looking out of the window to kill time is one thing, but doing it the way you are with binoculars...
Yeah. That's what I've been saying. The binoculars make it so much worse.
Yet neither the husband or anybody else been in to see her all day. Why?
He's raising a lot of good questions.
Last evening, not a sign of the wife. All right, now you tell me where she is.
I don't
What's she
know.
doing? Where is she?
Get her to go knock on the door. Get her to go knock on the door.
Fixing
Oh,
the flowers.
Jeff, do you think a murderer would let you see all that? That he wouldn't pull the shades down
Well,
and hide behind?
he's probably very clumsy if he is. He's probably just never done it before. What do you see? Lisa, what do you see?
Again, Jeff. Tell me everything you saw.
She believes him. Why did he open the windows for this? And what was that? A giant wood box? I'm so confused. But there was no blood. I did not see any blood in that room. This is so cool. I thought this movie was going to be a murder mystery where someone was dead and they were trying to figure out who did it. But this makes a lot more sense, and this is very awesome. There's so much tension,
Yes.
but the suspense of just trying to figure out what is happening. Oh, it's so good. What's in the box? It's just gonna be like jewels or something. I still think he did it though. I think this is a red herring. Wait, these aren't the detectives. I thought they were gonna open it.
I thought would be here by the time the trunk left.
I thought those were the detectives, but it's not. But he wouldn't put a body in a box and then ship it. Would he? Like, why would he do that?
Now, Doyle, don't tell me he's an unemployed magician amusing the neighborhood with his sleight of hand. Now, don't tell me that.
You have to at least be like, where is your wife? You know? Like, you have to ask him, where is your wife?
After dinner and toss her in the trunk and put her in storage.
I'll bet it's been done.
Most everything's been done. Under
Check the garden. Check the garden bed. Yeah. Check the garden. Check the garden. The dog knows what's up. Okay, that's not that suspicious though. The dog digging in the garden. Maybe. But him putting the dirt back is not suspicious at all.
You a little foolish?
She did leave, right? He left
Yeah.
with a woman in black, and I was like, is that the wife? And it was the wife, apparently. Okay, so maybe she isn't dead. Maybe I'm just hallucinating everything.
Thorwald told him that he'd put his wife on a train to the country.
I see.
Oh,
See,
wait.
This is a pretty convenient guy.
That sounds convenient, yeah.
There and search Thorwald's apartment. It must be knee-deep in evidence.
I can't do that.
Well,
No, you need a warrant.
Why, if I were caught in there, they'd have my badge within 10 minutes.
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
make sure you don't get...
I like that they're obeying the rules. That's cool.
Nita's heckling. You call me and ask for help. I'm behaving like a
True.
taxpayer.
Oh.
Anna, is that who I think it is?
Mrs. Thorwald.
No, I don't believe the letter for a second. What a lame sandwich. That looks absolutely just horrible. I'm gonna be so relieved when someone finally checks the garden. Is she going out for the first time in a long time? Oh my gosh, is she? She's moving on past her, I'm assuming, dead husband. Oh, and he's having a good time too. Dude, people are moving on. People are changing and growing. Dude, I'm so happy for this guy and for the lady in green. Oh my god. The man himself. Did you murder your wife, sir? Looks like her purse? His wife's purse? His ex-wife's purse, because she's dead. I think that he killed his wife, but he has someone else who he loves. They kind of co-murdered her, even though, and I think the other girl that he likes, is in that place who sent the letter in the first place, you know? Fake letter from the girl that he likes, and now he's calling her. I'm getting a little convoluted, but I think that's what happened, although I could be very wrong. That's a good outfit. She's dressing as a lime today.
She volunteered plenty, but I never saw him ask her for any.
Oh, there he goes again.
Get at it easily. And then
Okay,
all of
what
a
are you
sudden
saying?
she goes away on a trip and leaves it behind. Why?
Because she's dead.
And where she's going,
She went on a trip to heaven. That's where she went. To the garden. To the garden. She went on a trip to the garden. Just saying.
Take makeup, perfume, and jewelry.
put that under there. That's inside stuff, huh?
It's basic.
They're making it seem so much like he did it. Like there's no way that he did not do it, right? Or their speculation is just so good.
She was not Mrs. Thorwald.
Yeah, she was the other one.
Not yet.
She was the other one, the one in black. That's why we didn't see her face, because it wasn't the wife. It was the girlfriend that I was talking about. She gets on a train, goes far away, sends the fake letter. Then they call. He called someone earlier, also long distance, I'm assuming. They kill her together, the wife, bury her in the garden. I'm a genius. That's what happened. Watch me be so wrong. Watch me be so wrong.
My feminine intuition for a bed for the night.
I'll go along with that.
I love how she's helping with the case too, and she's actually like contributing quite a lot of useful information to it.
But he never ends up marrying her, does he? That's strange.
Weird.
Ah, he had to bring that up again, didn't he? He had to ruin that. A lot of people there now. That's pretty awesome. Good for this guy. They're just the looks.
Careful,
Always
Tom.
to the clothing. Yeah, Tom, you're married. You're a married man. Let's calm down here.
Not Mrs. Thorwald that left with him yesterday morning.
You figure that out.
That's what I've been saying! Make me a detective.
Lars Thorwald is no more a murderer than I am.
He's like, and I am a murderer, so...
Possibly explain in public.
Like disposing of their wives.
Get that idea right.
No, but people do weird things in private. This guy is speaking some sense.
Look, Miss Fremont, that feminine intuition stuff sells magazines, but in real life it's still a fairy tale.
No, it isn't. Oh my god. That's how bad I am right now.
An old speech you once made at the police.
I'm really wanting this guy to be a murderer now for some reason. I really don't want to be wrong about this. I will feel so stupid if I am. Wait, what is this? Guy look sad? I have chills right now for some reason. Oh, she got a guy! She got a guy! She brought a guy over! Good for her! Oh my gosh, good for her. It's the piano guy. Wait, is it the piano guy? No, it's not the piano guy. I thought it was the piano guy for some reason. Yeah, good. He was so aggressive, what the heck? And now the happiness ends.
I wonder if it's ethical to watch a man with binoculars and a long focus lens.
Nope. Definitely not ethical. Definitely not.
Kill his wife. We're two of the most frightening ghouls I've
Yeah,
ever
what the
known.
heck? You're sad that the man did not kill
Think
his
we could
wife at
be
this
a
point.
little bit-
That's what I am. That's literally how I feel, which is very strange. They just basically told me how I'm feeling.
Yes, I like it.
Someone open the windows. What happened? What happened? What happened? In the garden, right? Oh my god, the dog's dead. The dog's dead. What the heck?
Well, the neck is broken.
It's been strangled? He's been strangled. And he was probably strangled when the blinds were down.
In the whole courtyard, only one person didn't come to the window. Look.
Now that's detective work.
Washing down the bathroom walls.
Must have splattered a lot.
She's just into it. She's just immediately just like cut her up.
Aren't as tall as they were. Now, since when do flowers grow shorter in 2 weeks?
Since when do flowers grow shorter, guys? Check the garden.
Let's wait till it gets a little darker, and I'll go over there and dig them out.
You'll go. You won't dig in.
What is it? What is it? You guys don't know how much I want to find out what is in there. I don't think I've ever wanted anything as much in my life. Run, lady. Run, Lisa. Oh, Lisa. Lisa, you're playing with fire. What? That's a lot of drugs.
Miss Lonely Hearts just laid out something that looks like rhodium triagonal capsules.
Is she going to kill her side?
I mean, when he looked at the note.
Well, it wasn't the kind of an expression that would get him a quick loan at the bank.
Oh my god. She's made for it. Did you see that look? Did you see that look? She's made for the life that he wants to live.
Get that ring would be to chop off my finger.
Chop off her finger.
Well, I guess I'm using that word "we" a little freely. I mean, so you're taking all the chances.
You're taking all the No. No, 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 no.
I'm at the Albert now. I'll be looking for you.
He totally did it. He did it. He did it. Confirmed. If he goes, he did it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It's done. He's killed his wife. Mystery solved. Some of her's in the garden, or all of her. Oh, please find out what's in the garden. Please find out what's in the garden.
I might have quite a surprise for him.
Do we have your
What if nothing's in the garden? What if nothing's in the garden? I really hope there's something in the garden.
Is she wrong about Miss Lonely Hearts?
I think she's writing a will. Can you dig faster, please? Can you dig faster? She's going into the apartment. Lisa, you're a mad lad. She's made exactly for what you work as. It's empty.
Come on, get out of there.
Oh my god. What if he is innocent? No, he's not innocent though, because he went to the bar. Bring it. She's, yeah. A letter, like a will or something. No, you're gonna call the police and Thorwald's gonna come back.
The music stopped her.
No! He's home! Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Lisa, under the bed.
25598.
Oh, you didn't hide your tracks, Lisa.
Where they come?
Oh my god, but okay. This is good at least. Oh, yes. Go die in a hole.
Look, the wedding ring.
Dude, he knows. Oh my god, he knows too.
Turn out the light, he's seen us.
What a weird shot outside of his window. We haven't really been outside of his window but yet.
Look, I got $20 or so in my purse. Give
What
me
about
what you
the
got.
rest? What about the rest?
And those cops see Lee.
Thorwald, is he coming over? Is he coming over for a little house party?
Why did she write a card to him saying that she'd arrived in Marysville? Why did she do that?
Oh my god, genius. I never thought of that. Dude, every single sound just stopped right there and it freaked me out. The worst thing is that he's just incapacitated. He's in a wheelchair with a broken leg. That's the worst thing about this right now. For God's sake, man, this movie. It's become a horror movie all of a sudden. I don't like this one little bit. One little bit. Thorwald must know though, if he kills this man, he's going to jail for sure. Oh, get out of here, my guy. Go home. I'm so nervous right now. I'm a little sweaty. Why don't you just close your eyes, my guy? I love the red filter though. That's a little creative. Oh my god, this man is just committing murder out in the open now. Oh my god. He's being hung out the window. Long live the king. Look how sped up everyone is. That's funny. Ooh. Okay, no one decided to catch him?
Want to look?
No, thanks. I don't want any part of her.
I want to know what it is, though. I want to know what it is. Tell me what it is. Life's greatest mystery.
I can't tell you what this
Aww.
music is meant to me.
Look at them together. Does he have 2 broken legs? Of course. Of course he does. But I bet he's gonna marry Lisa. That was a very good movie. Keep forgetting that the credits are at the start of the movie. So it just ended and YouTube it's done. It's over. I didn't expect that. I was waiting for credits. And that was my reaction to Rear Window, the 1954 thriller mystery directed by Alfred Hitchcock and starring Grace Kelly, James Stewart, Thelma, Ritter, Raymond, Burr, and quite a few other people like Wendell Corey, Georgine Darcy, just a lot of people. That movie was so good, but what was in the garden? I'm thinking it was a body part. Almost 100% sure it's a body part, but Alfred Hitchcock, why could you not just tell me what was in the garden? I was waiting the whole movie for you to tell me what was in the garden. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time, and then I knew there was something in the garden, and I just wanted to know what it is. I needed you to satisfy my curiosity, and I don't know. I'm not very mad. This movie was a blast to watch. It was so much fun. It was enthralling. The camera work was amazing. The characters was amazing. The score, the timing of the music, just everything about this movie was absolutely phenomenal. It blew my expectations out of the water, into the air, to the moon and beyond. I don't really know what to say, really. It was just a really well-crafted film. Getting into the reviews of this movie very quickly before we get into the actual movie itself. 8.5 on IMDb, 98% on Rotten Tomatoes. It deserves those reviews. I think it should be higher on IMDb, to be honest. 8.5, I think it should be at least a 9. I cannot praise this movie enough for just how well this movie was written. This script was exceptional, and then the camera work and Alfred Hitchcock's direction elevated it to a whole nother level. It was just like Rope was a really good movie. Rope was an amazing movie. I can see now why Rear Window is seen as a masterpiece. Just gonna put that out there. Let you guys take that as you will. Okay, getting into the music. I always like to do music first because sometimes I forget about it. So music I like to do first. The music in this movie was very good. It seemed to me that the music was very diegetic. It was music that could be heard in the film world, and maybe that was just me, but a lot of the time the music in this movie came from the guy playing piano, and I really enjoyed that because again it made that so much more immersive. It was just like Rope, where Rope had almost no music, and the only music playing was whenever they play on the piano or they put on the record player or something like that. And this movie, at least from what I remember, was kind of the same thing. I think there were a couple pieces here and there where the music was just playing and I was like, okay, the music is just playing. But for the most part, I think that the music was very diegetic. I think that it only came from the radios for the most part, again, and only came from the guy playing piano, and I adored that. And the rest of the soundscape was composed of, again, diegetic sounds that came from the film world. Cars passing by, people chattering in the background, just like footsteps outside or something, the crank of the rope and the squeaky wheel as the dog's getting like lowered and pushed up and pulled up and stuff like that. Like, it just made the whole kind of film feel alive. And that is the next thing I want to get to, is that this movie felt alive, and that is one of the reasons why I loved it so much. When like Jeff would be talking with Lisa, and in the background you'd see characters doing their thing and just like living out their lives. There were a lot of camera shots where it would just pan around the backyard areas and look into people's windows, and they would just be living out their lives. There were so many different stories happening around this area, and it just made the world feel so real because every character felt rich. Even though we didn't know a lot about each character, and yes, we got a look at more characters than the other, even some of the ones that didn't get a lot of depth added to them, like there was this family on like the balcony in the right hand corner with like a child. They didn't really have much to say, but you could still sort of kind of get a grasp of what their family was like. The piano guy got a little bit less detail than maybe like the love heart lady or whatever her name was, Miss Lonely Heart. I feel like the piano guy maybe got the least treatment, or actually Miss Torso maybe got the least treatment, but like everyone was very fleshed out, even though they weren't the main characters. And it was just a very cool way to tell a story, because it made the whole world, it made this whole neighborhood feel alive, feel thriving, but also you could see all the struggles everyone was going through. Every single background character, every single individual neighbor had their own struggles, had their own character arc in a way, and it was just like an unbelievable thing to witness, because how can you fit that into a movie? Another thing that I really liked, again, the script. The script is definitely part of this, like making the world feel alive, making the world energetic, and the script did wonders to make that happen. Again, they gave everyone a character arc, but what I liked about it the most was that I thought this movie was going to dive into this murder mystery almost instantly, but it took like 25 minutes before something happened of note outside. And that is really interesting to me, because the movie took time and it took care to set up Jeff and Lisa as characters, and that is something that made the whole movie play out a lot better. If they had just jumped into the movie, yes, it would have been a fun thriller, it would have been a fun mystery movie, it would have been a very fun suspense thriller, but because they took the time to set up Jeff, and because they took the time to set up Lisa, and because they took the time to set up their motivations as characters, their personalities as characters, the conflicts that they have, kind of what may be resolved by the end of the movie, it made the end of the movie and it made the whole journey to get to the end of the movie a lot more fun, but also more personal and more emotional. And just because the characters had this time at the start of the movie to really kind of show us who they were without the main story happening in a way, I thought that was a really interesting thing, and I just thought that they did an amazing job with that. Also, they did an amazing job, the writer of this movie did an amazing job with writing this murder mystery, because right from the get-go, you think it's Thorwall, and it is Thorwall, but they keep trying to give you little red herrings to make you not think it is, especially with the detective. Whenever the detective comes in, his only job in the entire movie is to deny and deny and deny. And there are definitely points in the movie where you get angry at him. You're like, come on, man, like Thorwall definitely did it. But then there are other points in the movie where he's making a lot of sense. He's like, you're kind of looking to these private lives. People do things behind closed doors, behind closed curtains that the world wouldn't really see as good, or maybe see as right. Maybe they'd see it as weird or wrong. Like, you can't judge people from what they do behind their closed doors. And like some of the points he was saying actually made a lot of sense. And so I really liked that we had the detective, as annoying as he was that he wouldn't just check the garden. I'm glad that we had him because he provided a very good foil to Jeff and Lisa, who were very adamant that Thorwald did it, and it provided another side to the argument that we wouldn't have had if it was just Jeff and Lisa. But I really like that. I like the addition of the detective, but I also just like the way that the mystery played out. What was in the garden was in my mind almost the entire movie, and again, I'm mad that we didn't get to figure it out, but I'm assuming it's a piece of the wife. But just the way the mystery unfolds, the way that things are kind of delivered, the way that things are revealed to the audience, even though we know Thorwald does it, it kind of, the way that it works in my mind is that we know that Thorwald did it. We have this big suspicion that Thorwald does it. The detective comes in and he goes, maybe he didn't do it. And we're like, oh, you know what? Maybe he didn't do it. And then there starts to be more evidence that he did it and more evidence that he did it. And then the detective will come in and again go, oh, I don't think he did it. And then we go, oh, but there's so much evidence, but he maybe. And then it keeps going like that until eventually there's just so much evidence that we have to back Jeff, you know? And I think that's how this movie went for me, at least, because I was pretty sure 100% that Thorwald had done it by the time he had gotten back with his briefcase and the wife wasn't there in the morning. Like, I was pretty certain that he had killed her. But then I was like, but I could be wrong. But then, like, by the second time the detective had showed up, I was like 100% sure that the wife was dead and that Thorwald had killed her. So it was a very interesting way that they did it, where they basically just revealed the killer straight away, and then they kind of were making you doubt that they had actually done that in the first place. But I thought it worked very, very well. Something I also really liked was the way that they took care of the relationship in this movie. It's very easy in a mystery thriller to kind of get caught up in the act of murder, to get caught up in this mystery and not care about the characters. But this movie really cared about the characters, again, especially with Lisa and Jeff. I thought that their characters and the way that their characters grew during these few days that the movie took place in was really good, especially Lisa, and I guess I'll talk about this more when I get to her in the cast. But the way that her character grows, the way at the start of the movie they were like, I don't think anyone can change, and Jeff didn't want to get with Lisa or marry Lisa because he didn't think that she had what it takes to be this reporter that goes traveling to dangerous situations. But Lisa definitely showed him, and there's this one shot where where she's doing something and he just looks at her with like this awe and this inspiration, this like, I can't believe she's doing this. And that shot was so good because it was so telling that she can do it now. Like, he can see that she can do the stuff that he wants his wife to be able to do. And I really liked this character growth. I wish that maybe he had grown a little bit more as well, and maybe he did grow a little bit more in terms of like accepting that, oh, maybe I was wrong, I didn't give her a chance. Maybe that was his growth in this movie. Maybe that is it. I'm going to say that is it. But Lisa's growth was really, really good, and I liked their growth together as characters as well. Again, the movie did an amazing job with showing the character side of stuff as well as the thriller mystery side of stuff, and then with everyone else as well, like the piano guy, and I think his name was just songwriter in this movie, and then Miss Torso and Miss Lonely Heart. Their stories affected, especially Miss Lonely Heart. Their stories touched me, especially Miss Lonely Heart, when she was pretending to talk to her, I'm assuming it was her husband who had passed away, and she's eating dinner and then she breaks down crying on the table, and then she brings a guy over and it doesn't work out, and then she's debating about killing herself, and then she hears songwriters' music, and then they start hanging out as friends or something like that. Like, what a really great story to have as a side story. And then Miss Torso not playing around but kind of trying to manage all of these guys, and then finally getting a guy that actually appreciates her for her. I'm assuming that is a really good story. And then the songwriter not being able to make a song and then having people over, but then he still seems sad, and then he finally has someone who can like really appreciate his music in an emotional level with Miss Lonely Heart. And I really like that about this movie. Again, just the way that the characters could express their emotions, but also that the movie took time to let the characters express their personalities and their emotions, and it didn't just focus on the mystery, it focused on the characters as well as the mystery. I thought that was really, really good. Okay, I'm just going to talk about the directing really quickly, and then I'm going to go into the cast, because I've been talking for a really long time about the script, but the directing was amazing. It really, really elevated the whole kind of thing. Everything, like the whole film, everything was kind of shot on these longer takes, and it really helps, just again along with the sound and the excellent script, it really helps you get immersed into the film, and it also really lets the actors just act. And that is what I love about longer takes. It doesn't have to be an insane long take. It doesn't have to be fancy. It can just be like a still camera and then maybe like a pan or something, but it just lets the actors act, and it makes you forget that there's cuts. It makes you forget that you're watching a film, and it just makes you feel like you're part of the scene. And there was a lot of that in this movie. I especially loved the pans around the set. By the way, the set was so cool. The set was awesome, but I loved the pans around the set that just showed life, everyday life. I thought those were really, really well done. And I also loved kind of the setup of the movie, how mysterious the setup was, and how intrigued I was by how the setup was filmed. I thought the filmmaking in this movie was just phenomenal. This movie in general was just phenomenal. Getting into the cast now, though, because I've been talking too much. I could talk about this movie for a while. I think I realized as I was talking about the script that I was talking too long and I needed to end it, so I ended it and started talking about directing. But I feel like I could talk about this movie for quite a bit longer. It was just really good. But getting into the cast now, I'm only going to talk about Raymond Burr, Thelma, Ritter, James Stewart, and Grace Kelly, because they were kind of the main ones. Wendell as the detective did a really good job. I hated him, but I think he was necessary in the movie, and so I liked him. Everyone else, all of the other characters, especially Judith Evelyn as Miss Lonelyheart, did an incredible job. She especially was on fire in this movie. She was so good. She was literally making me tear up in her first scene when she was pretending to talk to her husband. That was such an emotional scene, and I thought that her storyline was definitely my favorite of all of the other people's. Going to Raymond Burr now as Mr. Thorwell, the murderer himself. He was really good in this movie. Most of the time we saw him from afar, but just his like little actions, the way he was walking, you kind of tell he was getting kind of, I don't know if you'd say he was definitely getting more guilty, but by the time he got the letter and he read the letter, his body language sort of changed a little bit, and then he kind of looked a little bit more guilty. And then when he finally came to Jeff's house, he looked evil, and I thought like he played this role really, really well. And I thought his character in general, his character was really good. His acting, because he was so far away, I couldn't tell you too much about it, but his character was really interesting, and I thought he did a really good job. Thelma Ritter as Stella was really fun. Stella, I really liked her character. She was like a wise master at the start of the movie, which was really interesting. I thought she had some really cool, awesome, really introspective or extrospective, I don't know the word for that, lines. Sorry. But yeah, I enjoyed her character, especially at the end when she was with Lisa and when she was with Jeff and she was trying to solve the mystery with them. I love how just on board she was with this whole murder thing. She was just kind of like, oh yeah, I believe you. He cut her up. He cut his wife up. And so I thought that was really funny, and I thought she provided she was a good third wheel, if you will, to Lisa and Jeff, and I thought she did a great job. Okay, going to Lisa, Grace Kelly. I loved Lisa. She may have been my favorite character. I really love that she contributed a lot to Jeff's kind of mulling over if he had been a murderer or not. I really liked that she contributed. She gave a lot of good advice, especially to the detective, and the detective dismissed her because she was a woman, but she gave great advice, and I really enjoyed that about her character, that she wasn't just like, just like the stereotypical female character. She actually knew what she was doing, and she was super brave, and she was daring it by the end of the movie, and she was doing all these super dangerous things that really impressed Jeff, which was also really good. But I really liked her character, and I was kind of worried that her character was just going to be there to try and please Jeff, but she wasn't there to just please Jeff. She was kind of working this relationship out with Jeff, and I thought the dynamics were very deep and were very kind of convoluted, which I really liked because that's kind of how a real relationship works. And I don't know, I just thought that Lisa was a really good character, and I thought Grace Kelly did a great job. Finally, James Stewart as Jeff. I'm pretty sure he was in Rope. I think he was the psychologist guy who was there the whole movie, who calls, spoilers if you haven't seen Rope, calls the cops on them at the end. I think that is James Stewart. He is really good. He is such a good actor. a little bit creepy in this movie because he likes to look at people, but he is a reporter, so he's definitely curious and nosy and all of those things, so it makes sense with his character. But I thought he did a really good job. Again, his dynamics and chemistry with Grace Kelly as Lisa was incredible. Their relationship, the way it changed over time, was really, really good. His appreciation towards Lisa definitely grew throughout the movie, and when he gave that final look towards her near the end, I was like, yes, it's so satisfying. The way he would solve the mystery, the way he'd go on these leads and pursue them was really satisfying as well. I just thought he did a great job as well. Okay, that is it for my review and reaction to Rear Window. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much to these wonderful, beautiful, amazing people right here for supporting me and supporting my channel. It really does mean a lot. Let me know if there are any other Hitchcock movies I should watch. I won't be watching them for a while. I think when this comes out, the next week is going to be Halloween movies, and I think I'm just going to be doing Halloween movies that I have not seen until the end of October, because I have not seen a lot of Halloween movies apparently. I was like listing them off and I was like, I haven't seen a lot of them. So Halloween movies are just going to be all October, but then once it gets back to November, I'm going to try and watch a few more Hitchcock movies. So let me know if there are other Hitchcock movies you'd like me to watch, and I would love to watch them. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time for my next movie reaction.